Correct. Yeah. Okay. Morning on. Today's topic is Salesforce CRM. So first we'll cover the agenda. In agenda, we are going to cover Salesforce, Salesforce market share, Salesforce architecture, and the benefits of Salesforce, Salesforce learning resource, a demo, and any other questions. Okay. So what is Salesforce? Salesforce is basically a cloud-based CRM system. When we say CRM, it means that customer relationship management. When any company do the marketing, they capture lots of data, and if we capture that data in Excel or any other format, it becomes very tedious. Hence the CRM system were born, and hence the Salesforce has targeted to create a system called Salesforce CRM, which encapsulates all the requirement of any business to run sales, marketing, or service as well. So it's basically a software as a service. When we say software as a service, it means that we don't need to install like a traditional software which are being developed. We need to install in a individual system, whereas software as a service is basically we need internet connection, a browser, and your login credentials, and we are good to go. So that's where the advantage comes for software as a service. In terms of Salesforce, it provides multiple applications, and apart from CRM, now Salesforce has evolved into multiple domains like healthcare, education, and non-profit. Okay, so if we look at the Salesforce market share into this data is from 2022. So Salesforce holds around 22% of the CRM market technology, where we can see others are lagging behind, like 5.8%, 5.1%, and so on. So it gives a picture how CRM technology is being dominated by Salesforce CRM, and they are top in the CRM market. So let's go to the architecture. When we say architecture, so if you look at this, we'll start from the bottom where we can see Salesforce. So it has got multi-tenant cloud structure. So keep this keyword in mind. We'll cover multi-tenant cloud in the next slide. So we have in terms of platform, we have CRM data authentication and some access. And in terms of platform, it provides Lightning platform and some app actions. So its app actions is basically similar like a Play Store, where we download from Android Play Store, we download some apps and we use that. Similarly, Salesforce provides app exchange, where we as enterprise or individual can develop applications and we can put it into app exchange. Salesforce will list them after their all the validation processes, and we can use and download those apps directly into our organization if it fits to our criteria. So in terms of application, as I mentioned earlier, Salesforce provides various of applications, which we'll also see in the demo. So the big ones are Salesforce sales, service, and marketing. So when I mentioned in the last slide, multi-tenant architecture, so the crux of Salesforce architecture is a cloud. When we say cloud, it means that let's assume as a apartment where we are holding the highlighted as a one flat, and this is the entire apartment building, where all the common area passages, electricity, lift, electricity, and cleaning and everything is being managed by the society. Whereas within your own flat, we manage our own flat, where we need to put our furniture, how to clean it, and so on. So it's basically an internal. So it means that in terms of Salesforce, let's talk about in terms of Salesforce. When we buy a Salesforce product or a sandbox, it is being shared in terms of infrastructure at some location, where Salesforce maintain all these at one location, and we don't need to take care of other infrastructure problems. So what are the infrastructure problems? Are basically installing software at individual system, maintain the network area, maintain the storage area network, and so on. So that being removed when we use cloud structure, which is a Salesforce architecture. So benefit. So when there are three benefits we are going to cover: cost, upgrades, and mobility. So in terms of cost, let's think before taking benefits of Salesforce, let's consider the cost which is incurred by in other traditional ways. In traditional softwares, what used to happen is we create or develop applications as per the business requirement, and we install them on each machine. Say we have 200 employees. So that software we need to install on each and every system. If there is more employees joining, again we need to do the same process for those, say 50. So that's one part. Second part is, for that application we need to maintain the application server, storage servers, database servers, and so on. And it becomes upfront cost. So to even it goes, end user starts the application, there is upfront cost. So in terms of Salesforce, which is being removed, because Salesforce, we don't need anything, any installation, storage area network, database servers, or any so that is being already taken out. Hence, the cost is much good in terms of Salesforce. So let's take about the upgrade. So say in traditional software, we brought in some patch which is required to resolve some issue. Then again, we need to install that patch on all those 250 employee systems individually, and so on. So in terms of Salesforce, what they do is they quarterly they have releases, and in each release they will fix it. And as an end user of those applications, Salesforce application, we don't need to worry. Only thing what we need to check, obviously the technical team will check that if that upgrade has any impact on our applications or not. But those upgrades are pushed from the behind. As an end user, we don't need to worry, and there is no minimal impact, as we can say. Mobility. So in terms of mobility, as I mentioned earlier, the Salesforce work on software as a service. It means that we need a browser, we need an internet connection, where even we can use in phone, and while traveling we can use mobile Salesforce one application, and that gives us edge. Whereas in traditional software, we need to carry our system, or we need to go to office if it's closed ODC or so. We are restricted by location. But in Salesforce, as we need only browser internet connection, we are mobile. Okay. So in terms of learning resources, so if any person who is new, either an end user or any marketing user who wants to learn Salesforce, this is the URL where we can head, and I'll show you that in the next moment. So let's go to a quick demo. So I have already logged into. So before we go, let me show you the Trailhead. So Trailhead is basically a Salesforce learning environment where we can see multiple certifications are available for as per the users. So say even a sales professional or marketer or consultant or a developer and so on. So these kind of certifications are available, and their learning modules are also available in a Trailhead. Okay, let's go through the actual application where we will see how the Salesforce is. Okay, let me minimize this. Okay, so if you see, I have already logged into the system to minimize the presentation time, and you can see this is the home tab where we can see Salesforce. This is the app launcher where we can see multiple applications are available. So say for any organization are doing marketing, we have a marketing app where any marketing activity is being captured here. And similarly, say we have done sales. In that we have also sales as well, where the sales executives will maintain or capture their data. And if you see, say now sales is done, and that we have a customer, now we want to service, and say a customer raises a request that how to do that, or I'm facing some issue. So that will come under service, where Salesforce will provide this encapsulated functionality within their organization. So yes, I think any questions? I am good. Yes, thank you.
Okay, great. That you given a very good input, Amit. So it looks very nice presentation you've done. The PPT, the content was perfect. But just want to know that the Salesforce is integrated to any other platform. It's sync with any other platform.
Correct. So if you see, let me show as this as well. So if you see API, so it means that if we have any downstream system or upstream system, we can connect Salesforce with these various APIs. So API will provide that ability for us to communicate with other systems as well.
Okay. So, if you see that most of time when instead of pulling the data, suppose you were telling the sales team is there, marketing data is there, service is there. Instead of going directly pull the data from Salesforce, can I pull in my database that Salesforce can be synced, or can be? It can be. There is no
It
doubt.
can be.
But your Salesforce is sync with any other database or any other platform like
No,
cloud?
Salesforce will maintain their own database where database.com, where it is basically store in terms of objects, and we will have Apex query language or SOQL, Salesforce object query language, which you will use to fetch the data. So it holds their data internally.
Okay.
And
Good.
also, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and also one point which is not here, but as we are using data science, Salesforce also has Salesforce Einstein in terms of application level. Salesforce Einstein is also one of the platform where we can do the prediction modeling and everything. Most of them are fetching the data from Salesforce data.
How much is important as a data person? I'm managing as a working data analyst or a business analyst or a data science. Is that how much Salesforce is important in your point of view?
So as a data analyst or as a business user, you're saying?
Yes. So data point
Okay.
of view, how much Salesforce is a tool is important?
Correct. So it basically first depends on the business model, how they are. And if we are using Salesforce is kind of a, we can say, gives us a placeholder where we capture all the data, and which data actually will be very helpful to do
It
the
is
data
another
analytics in a
source,
later part.
like as a
Correct.
data person,
Correct.
we do pull the data from multiple sources, like a
Correct.
database, third party, cloud, internal data, external data. It is also one source of the data, and mostly the product-based company, the American MNC companies, they prefer the data, all the data, the high cost value data are stored in a cloud. It's called a CRM tool.
Yeah.
So it is the main source of sometimes we are getting the data from Salesforce tool, like say CRM tool.
Yeah.
So my next question, which CRM is the top in market compared to any other tool? If anybody want
So
to,
Salesforce CRM, if you see market share, where this is 2022 data, where in terms of CRM market,
yeah,
Salesforce has the largest market share in terms of CRM technology only.
correct.
So I have worked with Microsoft Dynamics CRM as well, but Salesforce is the main
Yeah, correct.
CRM I have worked,
Even
and it's
last
very
5
good.
year, if you the analysis the data,
Yeah.
5 year back, suppose 10 company are using Microsoft CRM. Now
Mhm.
only 2 company are using Microsoft CRM, because all the Microsoft, I don't know what happened to the market. I think most
Mm.
of company they moved to Microsoft CRM to Salesforce.
Salesforce CRM, yes. So there
So
is a
like,
migration.
yeah.
Yeah, there was few migration projects also where
Frequently, if you heard that last 3 4 years, if you ask, okay, CRM, sorry, like Microsoft CRM migration is going on, from we are moving to Microsoft to CRM, sorry, Salesforce CRM.
Salesforce CRM.
Surface, yeah. So people have nowadays, like they're thinking, okay, SQL, Excel, Tableau, Python, these are talking, but nobody's talk about a CRM. How as data analyst person is like, require set of a tool. When a set of a tool like SQL, Tableau, Python, Salesforce also a part of a data analysis tool.
Mm.
So it should be, if you are really want to work with the product-based company, it's a very important if you have a knowledge on CRM or working on data CRM tools. So thanks, Amit. Thanks for your
Yes, thank you.
PPT. So anybody want
Yes.
to ask any question, they can ask.
So how the Salesforce is, how it is different or similar with the data analyst, or it is just a part of data source for data analyst? I just wanted to.
Mm. So your question is whether Salesforce we can use in our data analysis job. That's what the question is.
Yes, yeah, similar.
Correct. So yes, of course, because see, in terms of business, any business, say, let's take an example of Barclays Bank. I'm just putting an example. Okay, they are capturing all their customer information, and as the time goes, the database is growing. And if you want to do some analysis or we want to do prediction, the data what can be done is from Salesforce, so we can use that data in our data analysis. I'm not sure the rest part where from Salesforce, how the data will fetch to other staging area. That technology I haven't worked, but Salesforce within will have an instant prediction model where we create data set based on the existing data and create prediction charts and prediction reports. But yes, it will serve as a data source, but it depends on the technology. From Salesforce, we want to go to some data staging and then fetch and extract and all the ETL job we need to do. That I think outside of the Salesforce, but yes, Salesforce will serve as a epicenter of the business in business data or business information.
So additionally, Salesforce is a kind of, if you consider it is a data analysis tool also, because it is a store the data. Okay, it is a simplify the data itself inside. It is a give you report. It is giving you a visualization. It is Salesforce is a lot of things. It is a one tool has a many tasks. Many solution for these tools. Yes, anybody? Any other question? Yeah. Yeah, Salesforce is there. A lot of things is there. Yeah.
So if you see, as meantime, new questions come in, I just wanted to show data ready. So we have Salesforce Einstein will provide that ability where data ready, modeling and production ready. So basically, I worked on the first part only as a part of data test. So different data was already there, but needed to create data sets and then check whether that data is appropriate or not and correct or not based on acceptance criteria. But yes, they have some Einstein. But best way as a data analyst would be to get that entire data and put it into staging, or at least fetch into staging and then do the analysis. That's what I would suggest. Correct me, Ranjan sir, if I'm wrong.
What you are telling correct. It is a part of a data analysis
Part
tool.
of it.
It is a part of. We cannot even if you really want to grow. Everybody is focusing on Python, machine learning. Everybody is focusing on SQL, Tableau, Power BI. But very few people know those are real people are working in a data industry. There's a really working in a MNC companies like mostly product-based companies, Intel, Oracle, Dell. All the companies they are using. I think out of 10 company, 9 company are using CRM tool for managing the real-time data. Real data, people are asking real data. Real-time data are stored. So data Salesforce is a source of a data. So we need multiple sources. So it is you are fetching the data for analysis, for your report, your visualization, getting insight. Definitely, you are frequently using that Salesforce CRM tool. Thanks.
So, sir, you mean to say whatever data analysts are trying to do, it is already getting done automatically by Salesforce? See,
this is a specific task, specific source. Okay, that this is real-time data. So obviously, you told that that is why we call it is a kind of automation tool or automated tool. We can tell it is a cloud tool. Salesforce, it is like an engine. It is helping data is flowing from your operational data is moving to where? Salesforce. In Salesforce, it is a data. You can say it is a database. You can tell it is a like in a cloud. You can say it is a even reporting tool. It is a visualization tool. Automatically what data is moving to Salesforce, like in database, data is like storing. You are whenever required, you are organizing the data, managing the data using SQL code. But in Salesforce, internally the designing and develop, automatically the simplifying the data. The automatically they are giving the insight. Automatically they are giving you visualization. So that they do in Salesforce. Even a lot of other features also there. Just I'm telling overview. But to run a data analyst, only Salesforce is not a sufficient. It is like if you consider in data analyst profile, it is a 5% of your like a profile one tool is covering.
Sir, Salesforce data can be used as an example of application data as a source, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
one source. So yeah, I told you it's one source. We are
yeah.
getting data cloud, data from Excel sheet, data from Microsoft, or data from server, data from web, data from YouTube, anywhere data. It is like one source. But the Salesforce data always sensitive data, always high value data, because the data is live data, mean the real data, the customer, what you are purchasing from a HP, Intel, Oracle, Dell laptop, the data is directly your sensitive data is moving to your Salesforce. They're maintaining high value data there. So that's why it is always priority.
So, sir, moving forward, we might come across Salesforce here. like for data purpose.
What is your question, Manish?
So I'm saying, let's say moving forward, we might come across Salesforce CRM, to work on for data
Yeah,
purpose.
we'll discuss. Yeah, we'll discuss for that. Anybody, any question to
In a
Amit?
simple
Yeah.
language, Salesforce is a kind of database where real-time data are stored, and we as a data analyst, we can fetch and use that is what, right? So
We'll not simplify this thing. It's not like, that way I can say you answer. Maybe in any other day I can help you on that. Any other question is there to Amit? You can ask.
Sir, this is Akhilan. So regarding the application that you've mentioned, is like Trailhead and this Einstein GPT, are these like kind of examples that related to the applications part?
So Trailhead is basically a learning resource provided by Salesforce itself. If somebody non-IT person wants to learn, then Trailhead is a central place where kind of their own learning environment where we can go and select a corresponding role and corresponding module, and then we can learn ourselves. So they have their assessment as well. So that is the Trailhead. So Einstein was just one of the application within Salesforce which helps in prediction. So both are different. Their purpose are different.
Just was understanding that these examples that you are giving, these are the applications that you
Correct.
mentioned in the slide. Okay, yeah.
Correct. So
I
these
just
are
want to
the
clarify.
applications within Salesforce based on the customer if we are being developed or not. So, but when Salesforce is somebody buys it, they will have default sales marketing service as an application based on their cloud which they have bought, and these were ready-made available and you can start. So obviously from business to business they need customization, hence the service it will go to service-based companies to customization and so on. So that's a long story short, but it provides a framework readily available where individual company can customize based on that. In traditional software, we need to start from scratch, starting from one single class, right, one by one, and then build upon that. But Salesforce provides a ready-made skeleton. Use it, customize it, and then ship it. So hence the cloud software as a service.
Thank you. I think
Amit, this is Nitya. I just have one question. This Salesforce now has become a global name. Almost all companies, irrespective of the industry in which they are, have started using Salesforce. Which is the industry?
Amit, share the PPT that.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Give me one second.
Yeah. Go ahead, Nitya.
Now, which is the industry you feel which is using Salesforce to the maximum, and which industry where you feel Salesforce can be used, but they are still not using it to their potential? There is a lot of scope for using
correct.
Salesforce in that industry, but
Okay.
it is not being used, maybe because of awareness issues, or I'm not sure about the cost issues. It depends upon the company's size and what they actually want from Salesforce. It depends on what they want.
Okay.
So in which industry it is being fully used to its potential, and where can you think the scope can increase more?
Okay, so in terms of industry, so as per my experience, so banking and finance all over the world, they have picked up Salesforce as a first participant, and they really liked it because they have either B2B customer or B2C customer, and which is basically solving the main problem for industry. So hence, as per my experience, I work almost all banks, and finance and banking industry, even BNML, like investment bankers, they have also using Salesforce. And in terms of scope, so large currently since last 2 years in USA, there is a non-profit organizations are coming in where Salesforce has launched non-profit cloud services. That's where I think requires a pace, but that's where larger share in US and across the world as well. Even if you say Europe, they have NGOs who can use Salesforce, And personally, I believe education in terms of Europe and Asia Pacific, where education universities can use Salesforce, where they are lagging. If they use it, I think it will be pretty much good for smooth business running.
It's for the marketing especially.
Yeah.
No,
Marketing,
it is
every
not
marketing,
out
yeah.
of marketing. It is a Salesforce. It's not Salesforce. We call it a CRM tool.
Customer,
It is
CRM,
a
the CRM
CRM tool. See,
Yeah.
in CRM tool,
Managed-
there is a 100 tool available in market. But last 5 years, Salesforce maybe come to the picture. Before that, Microsoft was the leader. Okay, and also Oracle, Adobe. There is a few more.
Siebel.
Siebel CRM is there.
Yeah.
There is a number
Siebel
of
CRM.
CRM. Even not about Salesforce. Other company also were using the different point of view for marketing, for sales, from business point of view. So there is a lot of use. But talking about like mostly IT and software company, they are using more over into Salesforce. But oil and gas company are using also SAP tool also is the market. They are even at 2% is capturing the market, oil and gas company. Some healthcare point of view, there's a different CRM they're using. Banking point of view, there are different CRM. Yeah. So depends, but mostly IT and software product-based company like those are B2B or B2C, as I told, mostly preference. But we cannot define this one based on the company, price, project requirement, the culture, the environment, depends. But Salesforce is compared to other tool is talking about IT industries more, as you can see the screen also.
Thank you.
Okay, I think thanks your point, and thanks for your presentation. Anybody